I'm so happy to talk to Alex Vailas today, who has been an unbelievably successful Pinterester and had a long career now in the marketing area. Alex, tell us a little bit more about how to communicate effectively, how to get our message across effectively on all these social media channels.
I'd be happy to. Hi, everyone. My name is Alex, and yes, I have a following on Pinterest, over 1 million now, and a micro following on Instagram. Been a marketer for 15 plus years, so I'm glad to share my tips with you. I think the most important, or the first thing to keep in mind when you're trying to build an audience and get your thoughts and your content across to people, is pause and don't focus on what you're going to get out of it. Spend time listening to your audience that you're speaking to, or you're trying to engage with, or trying to attract. Listening is the most important thing when communicating. We often, I think, as humans, we think about what to say next or how we're going to say it. And when we don't spend time listening, we're missing out on the opportunity to hear what people are truly needing and where they're coming from when they enter that space, or what's happening in the world. A lot of times it really leads to my next point, which is to also focus on shared human experiences. We have to be listening to what's happening in the lives of the people around us, in our world, and think about their experiences and empathize with people first before we think about trying to market something to get something out of somebody. One, I think that people can feel that when you approach it that way, and they're immediately turned off, and it could cost you followers and cost you engagement. But I think when people feel seen and when people feel known, people feel safe and understood, even if it's a business, even if you're talking about your new baby wash or your new shirt. I mean, it sounds silly to think about what somebody might be experiencing that day in a deep emotional sense. But if you come at it with that posture, even how you sound and the words that you would choose will be more empathetic and helping your customer feel like they can connect with you. Because at the end of the day, your brand, you would want to personify your brand. Who is your brand? Who are they? And what do they sound like? And these are the things of branding, right? So your brand should feel like you, or feel like a person connecting with another person, just like I'm talking to you right now, Stephanie. How's your day? And how's your weekend? Oh, look what I found. I found this over the weekend. Look at this. I love the color yellow. It makes me feel happy. What do you think about yellow? All these things that we talk about can still apply to a product that you want someone to buy today. So focus on your shared human experiences, maybe a failure, maybe a mistake, and lead from there, and then find a way to talk about your product naturally. Then the third point would be to share when you have something to say. I think in today's day with algorithms and all that, we want to keep up with posting every single day. And these are the ways that you get your posting. And yes, there is something to that in the gamification of getting your content across. I won't minimize that. Sometimes you have to play the game. And also, it's a both thing. When you are sharing something just to share something, it can feel fake. It can feel inauthentic, and people will sense that, and people will unfollow you. And so when you are posting just to post, you are always risking losing your community, not just, and we think, oh, we're going to do this to gain people. But when it's not coming from an authentic place, you're risking losing people. So that email that you really want to send to drive those sales at the end of the week, because you really want to hit those numbers at the end of the month, you're risking people unsubscribing if it's not of value to people. So it leads up, it all ladders up together. Focus on the value that someone else can get from what you share, and think about their experience on what's happening in their lives and the timing of it and how you say it, and only say something when you have to say. So that way they can trust you, that you're not going to spam them and you're not going to just shove things down their throat just so you can get a like or a follow. And the last thing is to always be yourself. These all go together, but authenticity is a buzzword. We've all kind of heard it here and there. What does that mean in the realm of communication for business? It means to everything from choose the channels that are authentic to you, where you can easily be yourself. Ask yourself right now today, do I like who I am in this space? Am I showing up in the way that I'd like to? Am I proud of what I'm saying? Am I proud of who I am in these videos? Or does it feel cheesy or not me? And sit with it. And then what would you do to change that? Maybe doing a TikTok or a reel isn't for you. I have chosen personally not to do the reels where I'm kind of acting, and it just isn't me. I like to do the reels because I love writing that have music, that are more experiential. And that's me. And that way my audience that's following me, they like the same things too. And I'm attracting what I want to attract. And it's okay if I'm not for everybody. It's going to build my core audience, the people that I actually really want to talk to. So being yourself is the best thing you can do, because it's going to build that audience that you really want.
I think these are all amazing points, and the one I love most is, or they're equally good, but this thing of adding value to your followers and to the people you want to talk to. Can you give us an example in your past how you translated that, Alex? Tell us a little bit how you became so successful in that area.
Yeah, in the realm of Pinterest, because every platform is different, but we'll use that for example, because that was where I first started. Pinterest is about sharing ideas and creating inspiration for people that would help inspire other people. So, of course, you know, if you're thinking about it as a marketer, you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to share the latest thing that it's going to drive a bunch of clicks. But then you end up building a boards or a profile of a bunch of things that are not you. And that's problematic, because then people won't know who your brand is and who you are. So for me, when I approached Pinterest, I always started it from a very curious standpoint of, I'm going to share things that inspire me. And I just shared and shared and shared and, fell down the rabbit holes of the web, and found a lot of joy in it. And so it was coming from a really natural place. And I was doing it incessantly because I was excited about it. So it wasn't a chore to me to have to post. It was something I couldn't wait to do. So I think finding that platform and, really, where is that for your business? And then you're offering value because you're finding things that are inspiring to you. Therefore, it most likely is going to inspire somebody else, and believing that. And then when I saw things that resonated with people, like, oh, they really loved that couch, or they really are interested in sofas right now. Maybe people are shopping for these products right now, or the season. Okay, I'm going to share more of that because it seems to be resonating with people. So I was listening and watching the engagement of what's working, not from a, how would I get a click, but what is helpful to people. And then I started building blog content of my own around the topics that were already resonating, but I was sharing things that weren't my own. Just like, this is cool, check out this person's business. And I think also when you start sharing about other people and what they're doing, it helps not seem like you're just trying to shove your own stuff down people's throats. And I think that that's how people are feeling right now on social media, is everybody's just wanting to get something from people, and it's turning people away. So thinking about value from a place of, what are people needing and what can you bring to the table, and then watching what resonates. Because I think sometimes we think we know, but you got to see where it lands and then keep doing that.
I love it, Alex. It's the absolute best tips. Thank you so much for sharing that so generously today.
You're welcome.